Welcome to Catholic Mom Mindset, a daily show where you learn to walk closely with the Holy Spirit so you can live the life God is calling you to. I'm your host, Sterling Jaquith. Let us begin. I'm going to describe a typical bad day for a Catholic mom, and I'm going to show you how I would have done it in the past and how I handle those days now. So, first of all, you wake up late, you're tired. You stayed up late too much the night before and your alarm goes off or your baby alarm goes off and you wake up and you're exhausted and your eyes are kind of scratchy and you have to get up and you're thinking, oh my goodness, today is going to be a rough day. And you come out and you're scrambling to get the kids ready, right? Or like, get your clothes on, some amount of you helping the little kids. Maybe there's some older kids and everyone's kind of rushing around and you're a little bit snappy with them. And you haven't had time to pray or make tea or coffee or just diving straight into what we call the kids circus. So then everybody comes upstairs and they're loud because they're children. And you're trying to feed them and they're arguing with each other and, she's touching me. He looked at me funny. I don't even want that. Why did you give me that? Okay. And even if you're standing there listening to all of that and you look fine on the outside, you're not fine on the inside, right? There's like a thermometer inside of you and it's rising and the kids probably can't tell. And then you're giving instructions, get your backpack, get your coat, whatever you've got going on to get them into the house. And then your 2-year-old sits down and you're getting ready to put your 2-year-old shoes on. And the 2-year-old wants blue shoes instead of the black shoes. And I want the blue shoes. Wait, I want the black shoes, whichever one, right? Mad that he isn't the one. And then you start trying to put on the other color shoes. And he's like, I do it. Okay. And you're feeling a little bit crunched for time. Maybe you're late already. Maybe you're going to be late and your thermometer is rising. Okay. And then your 2 girls are coming out the door and one of them says, I don't want her to sit next to me. I can't stand her. I don't even want to be in the car with her. And you're just like, oh my gosh, I'm raising terrible children. How could they say that about each other? It's so mean. You see the other daughter's face. She looks crestfallen and you're trying to get everybody in the car. You're like piling them in. You're doing the seatbelts. Still noisy. If you haven't yelled yet, congratulations. I think most of us probably would have snapped at everybody at this point. And you're in the car and they're still arguing. I don't want the music. I want the music. Can we roll the windows down? Okay. And you're driving away and you think, you know what? I'm going to get some drive-through coffee because I'm so tired and I think I have enough time to do it. And you pull up and you see there's one car in front. And you're like, okay, I probably have enough time for the one car. But the one car takes 11 minutes. And you've already hung in for so many minutes that you feel like pot committed, right? You're like, oh, I should probably stay because I've already given it the time. And you're stressing out. Should I leave? Should I go? And you pull up and you realize because you were distracted and busy at home, you left your phone, which has the case that has your card in it. So you can't even pay for the coffee. So now you're super crushed, disappointed, frustrated with yourself. And then you drive on to wherever your destination is. I'll just use that as a snapshot. All right? That's how I used to live a lot. I used to live in a near constant state of stress, frustration, thinking I was blowing it, not knowing what to do, running around, and never really feeling in control of my emotions or my surroundings. It just felt like life kept happening to me and I was stuck with all of these kids and all of this noise. And it was confusing to me because I loved the kids and I wanted the kids, but I didn't want this life. Like this day-to-day existence was just deeply unsatisfying and I didn't really see any way out and I didn't really see any hope that it would get better anytime soon. Right? If you're Catholic, you may not know how many kids you're going to have. They may just keep coming. And if you're young, your brain will start to do the calculations and like, oh no, if I have a baby every 2 years, there's a lot of babies. Not a lot of hope. Okay. So now I'm going to replay the whole thing again as I live my life now that I have mindset tools and I take care of myself. Number 1, I would not have stayed up late the night before. Okay. I would have put the kids down and I would have felt that urge. I would have felt the urge to watch something or to dink on my phone. I love climbing into bed and just like watching something or scrolling on my phone. And now I know that if it's 8 o'clock, I say no. I will read something on my Kindle. I will read a book. I will do a Sudoku puzzle, which is very non-stimulating. I mean, like, it's interesting, but it's not like bright, flashy lights. Or I will journal something, but I am not looking at screens. And it sucks every time. Every time that moment comes up that I want to do the fun thing, but I tell myself no. Well, I'll be honest, it doesn't suck because I love myself so much and I want to enjoy my life so much that I just make that decision. I'm not sure you guys can hear it, but the rooster is right next to my office and he's just crowing very loudly in the middle of the day. I don't know. His name is Boss. Boss, I don't know what's going on, bro. It's very loud. So I would have slept well. And then I would have gotten up. And even if I didn't have a ton of time in the morning, I would have done some deep breathing and I would have connected to the Lord. I would have prayed Marian consecration and a morning offering, and I would have really just sat in the awe of being alive, right? If I said, hey, do you want $1 million, but you only get to wake up 30 more days? You'd be like, no. Which means waking up is worth more than $1 million to you. We can't even put a price on it, but I like using that as an exercise. And I have just chosen to wake up thinking about that. Like, man, it's amazing that I am alive today. And I love telling myself something amazing is going to happen today. And then I would have had just enough time to kind of resource myself. I often, by the way, make tea the night before. So even if my mornings are a little crunched, I have a full pot of caffeinated tea ready to go. So that's just a hack. And then I would have gone downstairs and started the little kid circus, but I'm so much calmer in this scenario, right? So much calmer. And I sing to them and I tickle them and I'm just a totally different mom. Okay. And then when they come upstairs, I direct them what to do. Hey, good morning. We're going to eat breakfast. Can you do this? Can you sit at the table? Can you get the cups? More direction because I'm more clear-headed and I like the mornings to run more smoothly. But I'm not angry. My thermometer isn't going up and up. And so I'm able to guide the children better. Okay? And I tell them what I want. Hey, I'm noticing some whiny voices right now. Are you guys tired? What's going on? Can I help you? I would like to hear you speak to me in regular voices. How can I help you? Right? Totally different mom. And then when I sit down with the toddler, right, I'm not frustrated that he wants the different colored shoes. I now think, because I have mindset tools, of course, he's 2. That's what 2-year-olds do. 2-year-olds go through that phase where they suddenly want to feel big. Somewhere between 2 and 3. I want to choose and I want to do it. And if the noise level is getting too big, what I would do is I would have one of the older kids help with the little kid shoe, or I would wait for a minute and I would go outside the front door, because in this scenario with shoes, I'm right near the front door. I'd go outside the front door and I would touch my skin and I would say, hey, I love you. It's a loud morning, isn't it? You're okay. You're safe. Let's just take some deep breaths and calm down. I now know, and I need to calm my nervous system down because I'm not a great mom when my nervous system is blown out. And then I come back. And then when the girls, one of them says to the other, I don't want to sit next to you. I don't like you. I think, oh yeah, that's what siblings say. I'm going to have a talk with each one of them later. It's not a problem. It's not a predictor at all of their relationship going forward. It doesn't mean that I'm a terrible mom. It's a pretty normal thing that siblings try on. Fighting, jockeying for power, all of those things. It doesn't mean it's okay, but probably now isn't the moment I'm going to parent them through that. So I might say, hey, I don't appreciate that tone. Let's just get in the car. We got to go. But I'll make a mental note. I'm going to talk to the snarky one about charity. And then I'm going to talk to the other one about, hey, what people say about us has nothing to do with who we are. I give that talk to my kids a lot. And in this scenario, I'm calm, so I would have remembered my phone. And then because I'm calm, I may not have even felt the urge to get $5 drive-through sugary coffee. But if I did, I would have managed my mind around the time. And I would have just chosen. I would have said, hey, is this important? Do we want to stay here? Do we want to be on time to the thing? It's your choice. It's not a problem. I now, with these mindset tools, I used to be like crazy pants about being punctual. And I just hated being late to anything. And now I'm just a little bit more, I just check in with myself. Is this really important? Or if we were 4 minutes late, is that okay? So my life is so much calmer because I really just acknowledge that sometimes being a few minutes late, it's fine. It's not going to affect my reputation. No one's going to get hurt. And it was just a matter of pride and ego that I wanted to be on time. I don't feel like that about all events, right? Sometimes I'm like, no, you ought to be there on time. And so I just want you to know that that's totally possible. Your experience of your day-to-day life can feel black and white like that. That's how it feels to me now when I think about the way that I used to live and how I live now, managing my mind. And if you want to learn how to do that, come join Masters. We just offered a $1 week-long trial. So now you can join for 7 days for $1 and try it out. And if you don't like it, you can just cancel it. But in those 7 days, you can learn how to do this. You can learn how to have more peace within your day. I think every single Catholic mom needs to learn these tools. She needs to learn how to manage her mind, calm down her nervous system, and make decisions from peace throughout the day and model that to her children. So I hope this was helpful for you. I hope it was hopeful and inspirational to you to see that it really is possible to be a very different kind of mom. Probably the kind of mom you want to be. And I don't know that I would have believed you before had you said that it could have been like that. So I just wanted to give you this really awesome Catholic mom before, after. Thanks so much for listening, you guys, and have a blessed day. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Catholic Mom Mindset. To learn more about growing closer to the Holy Spirit, check out our free resources at madeforgreatness.co. Thank you so much for listening and have a blessed day.